So, first thing, announcement-y type things. It's still Team Cup month. So, if you're on a Team Cup, awesome. That's going on. Cool prizes, all that good stuff. We just started the Push to Diamond group for anybody who's interested in that. It's not really like a super intensive training like the one we have going on that's like post every day that has challenges and things like that. It's more of like a everybody be in the same group, working towards the same goals, doing those daily activity things, stuff like that. A place to ask questions. We'll be posting things in there for tips and motivation, but it's not anything like any of the trainings have been in the past. It's not like that. So I guess it's more of like an accountability type push group than a training. Not like the training that we're doing right now. Okay, so that's there. And the pot's up to like $800 something-ish dollars. So that's pretty cool. So some people are going to get some monies. 22-minute hardcore is about to come out, which I'm really excited about because I'm a military kid, and I think that's super cool. It's actual vets that are in the video. All the people that are in the video with Tony Horton are actual military veterans. It's 22 minutes. I think the only equipment required is a pull-up bar or resistance bands. You can use resistance bands instead of the pull-up bar. And it's like boot camp style workouts. So it's things that military people are familiar with. And it's like those, everybody wants the results. They want to be strong like a soldier. And so that's the whole purpose of this. Tony Horton actually went around to different military troops and worked with them and trained with them and did all this kind of stuff. And that's how this came about. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. It comes out next month. So I saw Coach Caleb. I've posted a couple of his videos in our group before. He's a super cool guy. He made this really cool video about it, like answering questions about it and everything, which I thought was a cool idea if anybody wanted to do something like that. There's a free trial of it on Beachbody On Demand. So anybody can go on there and try that and see what it's all about. It is an intense workout. It's an advanced workout. It's not something that I would recommend to beginners, people who are low starting out on their fitness. This is something for people who, I'm sure that they could, but it's something that I would recommend more for people who have a little bit more experience than them. I'm not saying they need to be like gym rats or anything, but have a little bit more fitness experience, maybe have done another program in the past or something like that, because it is very intense. Considering the intensity of what you would have to do in 22 minutes to get results, he's not playing around. He's going to kick your booty. So that's that. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh, I did want to talk to you guys about this because it's been coming up a lot and it's becoming an issue, and it's something that needs to be addressed, not necessarily on our team, but just in general. When you're talking with people, make sure that you ask them if they already have a coach or if they've worked with a coach in the past, because there have been some people doing like coach stealing where they're basically telling people to like cancel with their coach so they can sign. This isn't for just customers. This is for like people who want to become coaches, not customers. So they can sign back up under them as a coach, which is kind of shady. So just be aware of that. If somebody is already a coach under somebody, unless there's some kind of serious issue or they're really not getting along with their coach and they've discussed it with them, like they've created a business with that team. And so we just want to make sure we're doing things ethically. Let's put it that way. So just make sure you ask and that you are aware of that happening. So if somebody comes to you and says that they've been approached by somebody, that you can come tell me or tell another coach on the team so that can be taken care of, because compliance, we have a very strict compliance policy in the company. They don't like to see shady things like that go down because that's how companies get shut down. And so that's not something that they want to see. So they take care of that. They don't like people doing coach steals or whatever we want to call it. So just be aware. What else is going on? Oh, I'm doing the Shakeology sampler group. So I've been slacking on inviting people to that. I'm going to work on that this week. But basically my goal for that group is for people who aren't totally ready to make the commitment of like $130 or a challenge pack or $100, whatever. They're not ready to make that commitment with Shakeology. This gives them an opportunity to get the sampler packet and to get a lot of value out of it. I'll be sharing a lot of information, a lot of value, recipes, blah, 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 workout challenges in that group so that they're getting to sample Shakeology, see what it can do for them for a week, and they're getting value out of it. So their money, they might feel a little bit better investing that money. So I think for the 7-day sampler pack, and that comes with vanilla, chocolate, greenberry, cafe latte. What am I missing? Strawberry, vegan tropical strawberry, and vegan chocolate. It comes with all of them. And then there's the vegan sampler pack, which is $19.95, and it comes with 2 vegan chocolates and 2 vegan strawberries. Now, hopefully there will be more vegan flavors available at some point, but for right now, those are our 2 flavors, and that's our option for that. So people can get in either way, but those are the 2 sampler packages that they buy. And the reason that I do that instead of like giving them individual samples from our stuff is, one, that we don't ever have to worry about the shipping or anything. And it gets them in connection with Team Beachbody. So they'll have an account, they can go look at things, they can see, whatnot, and you become their coach, which is pretty cool. So that when they do decide to buy Shakeology, or if they do decide to get a program, you're their coach. So that's coming up. Oh, and then at the end of that, I was going to do like a quick business call and just kind of share, when I say quick, I'm talking like 15 minutes live call, share what this has done for me, what this has done for our team, how easy it is to do this, the simple things that you don't have to be an expert. You just have to want to help people, which is pretty awesome about what we do, is that we have all these different people who do all these different things coming from all these different backgrounds. And the only thing that we have in common is that we want to help people and make them happier. So I was going to share that at the end of the week. So that would be an opportunity that they have at the end of the Shakeology sampler week thing. Trying to keep this business running in the middle of all this chaos. Okay, so I'm going to stop there before I go into what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, to see if anybody has any questions or anything anything you guys want to talk about specifically in relation to anything at all before I talk about our topic for the night. Don't be shy. It's a small call tonight.
I had something, but I cannot remember what it is.
Okay, you can message me.
Okay.
And seriously, you guys know this. If you don't already know this, then know this now. You can message me anytime at all. I love to do this. I love you guys. I love having you on the team. And all of you are obviously special to me, or I wouldn't have wanted you on my team. So anytime at all. I may not be able to answer you right away, but I will answer you. So don't ever feel like I'm too busy or I have something going on, because this is a priority. So if you ever have questions, message me, call me, text me, whatever. Or post in the group too. The groups are super valuable. And feel free. Okay, so while we're on topic of that, Pure Synergy coach group, the big coach group, that's a great place to get answers to any kinds of questions, because there's a ton of coaches in there, so you'll get a variety of different answers and opinions and whatnot. And then we're like Julie and Tatiana and me and Angel and all of us will be able to chime in there too. If it's something that you want to talk about directly relating to our team and things that we have going on, events, challenge groups, things like that, you can post in my coach group, which is just for us. And then Crystal, you're local. So we have the Western New York group. I don't know if there's a local group down where you are, Ashley. Cynthia, do you guys have a local group? Do you guys have a what?
I couldn't figure out how to unmute my phone. I don't know if we have a local group or not.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that for you guys.
I'm close to
It's basically just an online, like local team, like a local group for coaches. Like if you have local questions about events or want to get together, hang out with somebody, that's what ours is for. So I'm gonna look and see if you guys have one of those where both of you are. Where was I going with that? Oh, so that's what those groups are for. And then we have the challenge group, which is for like, you know, your health journey. You can post questions, progress, success, accountability, all that good stuff in there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, okay. I was trying to look at what someone purchased the other day. Like I went into the office, the back office, and does it tell you exactly what they bought?
Yes.
I couldn't find it.
Okay, so you're going to log into your Coach online office, and you're going to go to where it says My Business, where it has like all those options, and it will say My Orders. And when you click on that, it'll come up with a little thing that says Personal Orders or Customer Orders. And you'll want to click on Customer Orders, and it'll give you a list.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you.
And then you should be able to click on each order and see like the list of whatever they bought.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll come up and it'll say something. Okay, so like coaches come up a little differently. When the coach signs up, it says like 0.00 because their order comes up a little differently. But for customers, just regular customers, you should be able to see a list of what they got. If you don't, if that doesn't work, let me know.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about blogging types, what kinds of posts to share, things like that, because I've been getting a lot of questions about that. So my biggest tip for you for that is don't overthink it. Just share life. That's what I like. My blog is random thoughts that I have about things, food. I need to get better at posting like health tips. What I've been doing recently is taking some of my Facebook posts, like my more thoughtful ones or more compelling ones, and actually putting them on my blog, because then you can pin from there. You can actually put your little picture on Pinterest and people can find your blog from that. I'm sure you guys have been on Pinterest and you've clicked on something that's taken you to somebody's blog before. That's what that is. So anything that might grab somebody's attention, make it a blog post. I mean, even if it's like Crystal, I think you posted today about making the baby wipes. That's something that a lot of people like want to know about, and you showed them how you do that on your own, and that's something, you know, they can find you through. I post a lot of recipes. Recipes are kind of my thing, because my big thing on my health journey was taking foods that I really like and cleaning them up, instead of trying to feel like I need to overhaul my life and eat salads all the time, because that's not going to happen. So I post a lot of those kinds of recipes, like pastas, Mexican dishes, and things like that people think are unhealthy. And that's a lot of what my blog posts are. And then now, of course, a lot of them are updates on Caden and what's going on with him. So those are there too. But another good tip for you when it comes to blogging is anything that you Google, make a blog post about it. Because if you're Googling it, somebody else is Googling it, and they want to know the same things. So think about when you were starting your journey, or you were looking into Beachbody, or whatever made you decide, what were some questions that you were asking, or what were some things that you were Googling. A lot of people Google things about clean eating, about, I'm trying to think of some of the stuff. Even like when I make my videos about graphics, people will Google like how to make a picture on Canva, or how to remove the background from your photo, like those kinds of things. Those are the things that people are Googling. So when you create blog posts or videos about those things, people Google them and they find you. So anything that you would Google about, anything that you would ask somebody about, those are good things to make blog posts about. Also, if you haven't done your different list yet, basically all your different list is we can come up with a million things that coaches have in common. We all obviously want to live healthy lives. We want to help people. We're interested in the programs. Then you have your different list, which separates you from all of the other coaches. What makes you special? What is part of your story? What is going to separate you from the crowd? So some things on my different list are, I'm a mom of a young daughter, and I have another son on the way. That's a different list. My kids are close in age. That would be on my different list. My hobbies are on my different list, like things that I like to do. I wish I had it in front of me, but I have like a page full of things that are unique to me. So maybe I'm not the only one, but it's something that's not your typical, like health coachy type things. So those go on my different list. Tacos are on my different list. Things like that. I love tacos. And I post about that, and people know that about me, and they tag me and post about that. That's on my different list. Those are the things that you want to be posting about as well, because that's what makes you relatable. That's who we are. And people get on Facebook and they go on your blog. They do those things to make a connection, to share life with somebody, they're not going on these places to look for a sale, clearly. I mean, maybe there are a couple people out there that are like, I'm going to go search how to buy Shakeology, but not really. They're going to come to you because they trust you. They've seen your story. They see what works for you and what you're doing, and they relate to you, and they feel comfortable with you. And that's why you make a good coach. People aren't looking for perfection. Most people don't relate to perfection, and it turns them off. So those kinds of things are things that you want to be posting about. Being vulnerable, like vulnerable type posts, but not negative. So there's a very fine line, which I think our team does really well. Like you guys handle situations really well. It's okay to share, obviously, that things are tough in your life, but there's a difference between sharing how they're tough and how you're working on overcoming them and like how they're affecting you, and blatantly being totally negative. People don't want to constantly see negative things. They don't want to hear about how miserable you are and how you wish that things were different. And that doesn't make them want you to be their coach, because they're probably feeling a little upset and miserable themselves. And they're looking for somebody who they know has dealt with that, but is also working on overcoming. So being vulnerable with people, sharing those kinds of things is really important, because they see that they can relate to you, that you've been there, that you were that person. Which is why sometimes when it's really tough for me to share things that are going on, I know that by sharing the hard parts, somebody's going to relate, and they're going to say, oh, I'm going through that. They're going to see how I am working on changing my situation from living negatively to living positively, and then they'll want to know how I did it. So then they come to me. We've built that relationship now. They trust me because I'm not just frou-frouing all over the place. So vulnerable posts, things like that are good things to share. Let's see, what else can we blog or write about? I did this for so long, and I'm warning you guys now in the beginning. Don't be afraid to reuse stuff. So like I have the same stuff on my blog, on my Facebook, on wherever, like I have the same thing. So I might post something one day and then go and post it on my blog the day after, because the amount of people that see your one post is very small. If you post it again, a different group of people are going to see it. Yes, some people might see it again. Who cares? It's still good, valuable information, but you're going to reach more people. Now, I'm not saying like take the same post and post it 3 times a week. Don't do that. But like if you have something that you posted a couple weeks ago, you can kind of tweak it and repost it if it's something, you know, valuable. Or I have recipes that I've made that I'll repost. Like I made a hot chocolate recipe and I posted it, and then one day it was cold and I was drinking it and I reposted it. Don't be afraid. Like that's your value. That's the things that you're giving people. Don't be afraid to give it to them. It's free value. You know, people like that. And don't get too in your head about the things that you're posting either, because most people are never thinking what you're thinking about what you're posting, because we are overly critical of ourselves, extremely overly critical, and other people are not. Other people appreciate us. They see things. Now we might get those negative people. I know some of us have had experience with them already, but then it turned out cool. That was a cool situation. Can I share about it really quick? Do you mind? Okay, so Crystal had somebody post something pretty negative on one of her posts on her page. Super innocent, really motivating post, and it hit a nerve with this woman. Obviously, it was something she was struggling with. So she posted something really negative. A lot of the team came and were like, no, you know, came to Crystal's rescue, told her how great she was doing and how great the post was. The lady actually came back, like 2 days later, a day later?
It was like the next day, yeah.
Yeah, and was like, I'm really sorry. That was extremely out of character. I was having a bad time. Like, it's nothing against you. And I love this post that you just made. And you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, she like, it was this total 180. And so you could have gotten mad and said something ugly, and that would have totally turned her off. But instead, you knew that it was an issue that she had. It was something positive, and now just those kinds of things blow my mind, because just little posts like that, little things that we're doing daily, little words that we say can have a huge impact on people, and it can really touch them in places that are hard to reach. And that's what I love about this. That's what I love about what we do, is just we have that opportunity to do that, which is super cool. But just know that you're making an impact. And sometimes people may be a little abrasive at first, but you really are making big changes in people's lives with the things that you're posting and talking about. And plus, sharing feels good. That's what I'm learning through all this, is like, a health journey on top of what other struggles we're dealing with in life is difficult. And there's a lot of things that we struggle with. We get in our head and we get in this negative place and we start getting these I can't feelings. The more you share about what you're doing, one, you're relieving so much of this built up stress that you've put on yourself just by getting it out there. I mean, that's what you do in therapy. You just get it out there. You talk to people. And two, that what you get back from all of that makes it even more incredible, because you get to touch somebody, even if it's one person, with that one post. You know, you got it off your chest, and now you're getting something in return by helping somebody, which is mind-blowing. And as you do it more, you're going to get messages from people about how you're inspiring them, and they're going to share things with you, and you're going to build friendships. And it is so incredibly motivating, and you'll never ever want to stop, which I think is just, wow. I get so like emotional about those things, because thinking about where I was and where I am now, and these people that reach out to me, and the friendships that I built, and this team that we've created, it's just amazing. And all because I decided that I didn't want to give up. So, and there's been many times when I thought this was too hard and I wasn't going to do it and I didn't want to share. And somebody on the team told me to cut the crap, get it together, because I was worth more than that. And then you just go with it, and it becomes something really beautiful. And I've gotten totally off topic now. But yeah, so blogging. Videos are great. You can put videos right on your blog. And it's great to have it, even if you don't have a blog, your Facebook page, posting videos are a good connection. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. It just is more like real face-to-face, and people can hear your sincerity and your excitement.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about blogging, I don't know exactly how to do it. Like, how exactly do you blog? Like,
It can be whatever you want it to be. So, like, you mean, like, how do you go about writing it, or how, like, what?
Like, how do you share it? Like, I know you said, okay, you blog, and then you just share it on, like, different areas, like,
Okay.
blogging is.
So, okay, first of all, don't feel like you have to have a blog. You don't have to have one. But if it's something that you want to do, of course, obviously, go for it. But like your Facebook page can be a blog, really. I mean, that's basically what it is. People scroll through, you have posts, people read your posts. It's just kind of in shorter context. But with your blog, you can share it on your Facebook page if you do decide to blog, or you have like a place where you put recipes or tips or pictures or whatever. You can share it on your Facebook. You can put it on Pinterest. So basically you just like click. Normally a little thing will pop up, or there's what are those called? An add-on for your web browser. I'll make a little bit more detailed instructions for that. It's super simple, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. But there's like a little add-on, and then you can just click the picture and click pin it, and it'll go to Pinterest.
Okay.
So that's another way you can share it. But Facebook, and I hate Instagram. I'm so bad at Instagram. A lot of people love Instagram. All for it if you are good at it. I am just terrible at being consistent on Instagram. I'm bad at Instagram. I'm a words person and like videos, and Instagram and I just do not have a good relationship.
I have Instagram, but I hardly.
I'm behind on the times. Everybody's all obsessed with Instagram, and I'm so bad at it. But you can share some on Instagram. But Facebook really for me is like my primary focus. That's where I meet people. I think the value of human relationship is extremely important. It's something that I really place high value on, building relationships with people and making friendships. And we have such a short amount of time to live. And so I think the more people we can connect with and the more world that we can see and meet is extremely important. And so I like to connect with people on Facebook, and I join groups and interest groups and mommy groups and whatever, and I meet people on there. That's a great way to meet new people too, and then you can inspire people with your story. But you can share. I use Facebook as my main platform to share things like that. We can talk a little bit more about that too later if you want, about how I share my stuff. Okay. So I'm going off on a tangent. My mind is kind of mush, but that's basically blogging, sharing, whatever, is as simple as what's on your mind, get it out there. And don't be a negative Nancy, because nobody wants that. So do you guys have any questions on any of that or anything else? I know I was all over the place tonight. Or anything that you guys are concerned about or want to know about the week coming up or anything? We're going to get kicked off in a few minutes anyway. No? Okay, so everybody ready for a good week? I'm excited. It's going to be a good week. We do have a team call tomorrow. Julie will probably post about it, like the big team, the big training calls. Julie will probably post about it later. Did anybody, I was in Rochester. I didn't get a chance to watch the National Wake Up Call. Did anybody get to watch it today? I'll post the replay. What?
I keep forgetting. I like set my alarm and then turn it off by mistake.
I'll post the replay in the in our coach group. I think it was on like Pinterest and Instagram. And I like listening to them for the stories from the other coaches, like the success stories and hearing their stories and everything. I like that. I like it for that. I just downloaded a bunch of new books too that I'm excited to start reading. So, yay. I love personal development books. Okay, well, if you guys don't have any questions or anything, I know this was kind of all over the place, but we'll chat again next week, and let me know if you need anything. And feel free to invite people to the smoothies and startups, the Shakeology trial thing. If you know somebody that you were talking to about Shakeology or that that didn't want to make the commitment quite yet, that's a step that they could take. So we do have that to offer them. And the challenge group, we have the challenge group if they're ready to really kick it into gear. Okay, let me know if you guys need anything, have any questions or anything. I hope you guys have a great night and a great week. Oh, we're frozen. Okay, bye.